Is this cycle dead, or are we on the cusp of a massive move? What is up, guys? Welcome back to the show. I am Lamar from the Real World Asset Watch List. We've got some juicy charts to be looking at today. But before we do get into that, guys, you must be subscribed, leave a like on the video, leave us a comment to let us know what your favorite coin of this cycle is. Let's get into it. Alright, guys, as you can see on the ever-changing charts on CoinMarketCap, Bitcoin's nearly at 85k again. Fantastic. It looks like we have a little bit more way to go before we can start to print new higher lows in the charts. But what's happening now is you're seeing these altcoins that before were pretty dead, outperforming Bitcoin over the past 7 days. And if you truly want an alt season to commence, then obviously we need Bitcoin dominance to drop. And on every move upwards, you'll start to see that these kind of outperformances from altcoins will become a lot more common, guys, okay? So all the Sol Maxis out there outperformed Bitcoin by 20%. Bitcoin was up 10% over the past 10 days. AVAX, right? 30% compared to 10%. SUI, 25% compared to 10%. The list goes on, and you'll start to understand why 20%, 30%, even 40% days in crypto for top altcoins during an alt season is inevitable. However, not all altcoins will survive. Now, to address the elephant in the room, Mantra dumped over 80% in 1 hour, losing around 3.5 billion in market cap. And there are a lot of fake real asset coins out there. And that's why on the channel, we've been focusing on the top innovative real world asset coins, guys. Okay, so if you were a Mantra holder, then I'm sorry to hear that. But it looked like a lot of people were complaining about manipulation, insiders, but then they blindly ignored it. And when you look at things like this, I mean, a TVL with only 4 million and no real adoption amongst big institutions is a bit of a red flag, guys. And these things can be rugged at any moment. So that's why it's always important for all of you guys watching the video to do your own due diligence and make sure you know, are they partnering with new institutions? What are they implementing? Have they tokenized anything yet? Because if not, then it is just vaporware. Now, it's not all bad, guys, because the 4-year cycle is still intact. 2025 should be, okay, not financial advice, but should be still extremely bullish. We just need patience. When we open this up here, you saw that in the last run, or in 2017's run, we actually had wicks to the downside and the upside. So we could start off the year a little bit red, and this could eventually just end out to be a wick. And if the 4-year candle sequence is still intact, then bear market year is 2026. Okay, so we should still have upwards price movement to go, and it would make sense that the market makers are shaking out the majority of retail right at the last moment before the most parabolic blow off top move of the 3-year cycle. Albeit it may be diminishing compared to before. However, you can see if we are still intact, we should still be ending the year green. Not only that, Bitcoin over-the-counter desk balances are hitting record lows. And since 2022, these balances have been draining. Over-the-counter desks allow whales to buy and sell Bitcoin privately without impacting public exchange prices. And that's what a lot of you guys always wonder, like, how can Bitcoin, not move when BlackRock, Fidelity, Grayscale, all these big institutions, these big companies, governments, how can they buy all this Bitcoin without moving the price of it? Well, that's because they get over-the-counter transactions, guys. Unlike you and I, the small little retail fish in the market right now, guys. So when these reserves run out, then they're going to have to buy on open markets. And what is that going to do, guys? It's going to move the price. It's a matter of time. And on top of that, I mean, we're seeing the tariff wars at the moment. However, I do think that we could be getting some positive news, maybe some white swans to come out from these tariffs. If Trump does start to hold back on the tariffs, if they come out with deals, especially deals with China, this is going to give the market a lot of new renewed strength and optimism, which could then push markets higher. So again, something to keep an eye on. And if this renewed optimism does come, guys, then it would make sense because Ethereum dominance is now at record lows, nearly at all-time lows. Okay, we should be near a bottoming out phase. Okay, we've had many months of just downward price action. It's been nearly 2 years of Ethereum just going down. Remember, things don't just only go up or down forever. We will have some reliefs eventually, and it would make sense that a relief should be due anytime in the coming months. Couple that with the fact that ETH has historically bottomed at this level. Is this a rare buy signal that shouldn't be ignored? Well, I think so, because the development activity is skyrocketing like no other project. We look at Ethereum because a lot of top RWA projects projects, a lot of other AI projects, just projects in general are built on Ethereum, and Ethereum will always be the alt leader, whether we like it or not. Nothing has flipped Ethereum yet. Is it going to flip in this cycle? I doubt it. But if ETH can have a big push, I do think that's going to be great for our even smaller to mid cap market coins, guys. So we come to the total 3 and it's looking pretty good in April. Okay, so basically we need to be breaking this level. It looks like over the next couple of days we are going to get a decision time whether or not we're going to reject, maybe print a higher low in this point before breaking out, or maybe we do just go for one final capitulation lower. But right now total 3 looks like it is ready to break out of its falling wedge and target 1.35 trillion. ETH is still in this massive downwards wedge. However, we could be coiling up until the end of April. And remember, we've got some big catalysts coming around the 7th of May, guys, okay? So if we do start to reach the apex, end of April, 7th of May, we get all these bullish catalysts, and then we can start to push for new highs. That would be fantastic. And then also you look at Bitcoin, and Bitcoin has been breaking out of its falling wedge. So now targeting 87k for Bitcoin and beyond. After we do break this 87k, guys, we need to be breaking 90k before we can start to get excited about the 100k Bitcoin again. But for now, we're seeing initial signs of strength in the market. We need it to continue. We need confirmations on the weekly and the monthly before we can get ahead of ourselves. But right now, it looks like Bitcoin is not dead. So if you found anything useful in this video, click that subscribe button, click that like button, leave us a comment on the video to let us know how you feel. I'm Lamar from the Royal Asset Watch List. I'm going to see you in the next video.